The Sony Zv-E10, is it relevant in 2024? Yes, no, it kind of depends on what type of person you are. The reason why I say that is because the only reason why you're picking this up is because you can switch lenses. That's literally like the main thing. And if you're not gonna buy lenses for this thing, don't buy it. Just get the Sony Zv-E10. I made a lot of videos before about the Sony Zv-E10 where it's like, oh, you guys should get that one because like, oh, it's so small. Like, it's smaller than this thing. And you can't switch lenses on that one. You do have a built-in ND. You got the same mic. You got the same features where the focus and product showcase mode. So basically, like, if I go like this, it'll switch hecka fast. But the only reason why I'm able to do it on my camera is because I'm covering my face. If I didn't, then boom. You see? And this blurry background that I'm getting is because of the lens. But you can do that with this camera with basically any lens. On the Sony Zv-E10, I only have the kit lens right now. But there's other lenses you could get, like prime lenses or just other lenses that are better, because it's like it's a 2.8, but if you do the math, I think it comes out to like 3.5 compared to a full frame. And the 1.4s, I think they're like 1.8 or something like that. If my math is correct, I don't know, just off the top of my head. The good lenses that everyone usually gets is like the Sigmas, prime lens is 16, and then there's like a 30 something. I think it's a 30, and then it goes to like a 56 or something like that. 1.4. So if you're gonna get this camera, get ready to invest money into it, because that's the only reason why you're actually getting it. If you're not gonna invest money into it, just get the Sony Zv-E10. All right, so the Sony Zv-E10, built-in NDs, basically same features as this. Smaller battery, a little bit smaller than this camera. It's only a 24-70, so basically the kit lens. And I think that's like the main things. All right, let's start talking about this thing. The Sony Zv-E10, right? It comes with a 16-50, so that's actually, that's like that's a 24-70 around there. There's a 3.5 through 5.6, so if you do the math, it's like 4 something to like 6 something. I'm not gonna do the math, you guys do the math for me. The battery is it's a decent size in my opinion. More professional people be like, oh, that's a small little battery. But yeah, but you gotta realize this is a small camera. I never realized how small APS-C cameras are until I actually started using my Canon R6 Mark II that I'm recording with, like more seriously. I used to have a Canon 50 and I was like, oh, okay, that camera's kind of big because you're going like this and all that. But it's not that big because like look, there's different cameras you could be having. But when you're starting off, I think it's important to have a good camera that you can build with. So this would be a good camera to build with, but like at the same time, it depends like on your money, right? How much money do you have? If you have like $500 to like $800 and you're gonna build with it, get this one. Because with this one, you can take social media more seriously. You can do client work and actually get paid a good amount of money, you know? Because this has features that other cameras don't. Like I was saying, mine, like if you got the Canon R6 Mark II just by itself, a kit lens, I don't think you could do that much with it. It's like around $3,000. And with this is like 800, let's say tax like 900 or 1,000, and then you could get the Sigma trios for maybe like 1,000 or 1,500 at most. So that's basically about the same, and you could buy NDs for it because you have like an extra 500 to like 1,000 probably. And then at that point, you could probably shoot better stuff with this and with this camera. So it's all depending how you use it and if you know what you're doing. But at the same time, this is APS-C and that's a full frame. So obviously you're gonna get more detail on this camera if you invest more money into it, but it all depends on the lenses. Like I know Tamron has a 18-50, so that's like a 28 maybe, I don't know, through like 75. So that one is pretty good in my opinion. And it's a 2.8, so that's around like a 3.5, 3.2 maybe, like aperture, because you got to factor in the 1.5 crop on this thing, and on Canon it's a 1.6. So yeah, those are things you got to keep in mind. Okay, let's talk about some features. So the screen isn't that bright, and I've never really noticed it until I started using this one more. Like, I don't know, and it kind of depends too, because if right now I'm shooting a manual and it's showing me f11, f10 for the outside, you know, and if I go like this on myself, it looks pretty dark, where it should be a little bit brighter in my opinion. Like right here, it might be like overexposed a little bit, but I think I'm gonna just leave it like that, honestly. That's something you gotta keep in mind, especially if it's very bright outside. At the top, you have a record button, which some people use, some people don't use. There's a photo, video, and SNQ mode. So basically photo is pictures and the video is, which is video like this. And SNQ is more like slow-mo shots, so you can change that up in the settings. And then on top, you have a C1, and at the bottom, where the trash can is, you have like another custom button. I'm pretty sure that one's a custom button too, unless it's just that one on top. So basically those, you can change them two different settings. So on top right here, you have a zoom. So if your lens is like a power zoom or whatever it's called, like, yeah, it's called a power zoom. Then you can just go like this and it will do it by itself. You can zoom in and out like that. It's basically what I'm trying to say. And dude, why are there so many planes? At the top right here, it has a 3 capsule mic, which basically means that you're gonna get crazy good audio. Even if you're not using the mic, it comes with like a little fluffy screen something, right? Just basically to protect you from air and all that. So the wind noise isn't too strong, you know? Besides that, I mean, I don't think there's anything too different besides like what I said as the product showcase mode and the defocus thing. But something that I do like about this thing is that you could plug in a mic, right, on the side. But if you open it, you could plug in some headphones so you can listen to it while someone else is recording, you know? So like, I'm over here recording, I have my headphones in, okay, he sounds good, audio levels are good and everything. And that's something that most cameras don't have. I know the Canon R7 does have that, and I think the A6700, but that's like 2 times more expensive than this. So you got to see what you actually want. Depending on the money that you have, that's what you're gonna like get, right? Because if money wasn't a thing, you would get the best out of the best. I feel like I kind of went all over the place because there was too much noise distracting me. But let's do a recap of why I think you should get this thing, or why you would get this thing. So first, if you're gonna get this camera, you're gonna have to invest money into lenses. You have to. If not, there's no point in getting this camera. Just get a Sony Zv-E10. That camera basically has the same features as this thing, like the mic, the defocus background, product showcase mode, where like I just go like this and boom, it switches real fast. And I mean, it has a smaller battery. You can plug in a mic, which is cool. You can't like monitor it, but besides that, it's like pretty much the same thing. Now, if you're getting this, get ready to invest into lenses. Lenses could get pretty expensive. I mean, some are pretty cheap, like around $300. You could probably find some used for like $100, $200, but they probably won't be the best. So you got to see, like I said, some good ones, or like some Sigma ones, so third-party Sigma prime lenses. And I know Tamron has some zoom lenses, which are really good. But if you know you're gonna upgrade to like full frame, you might want to buy full frame lenses. Because something that I did is I had a Canon M50 and I bought a bunch of lenses for it. And then I upgraded to the Canon R6 Mark II, and I basically had no full frame lenses. So then I had to reinvest into more. And it's just like, we're basically doing it for the long run, you know? So for example, if we wanted a 24-70 or something close to that, we'd get a 16-35 G Master 2.8, the full frame. It's like $2,000–$3,000. You might be like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But look, if we're gonna upgrade and we're actually gonna do this, on this camera, it's gonna be close to a 24-70. And if we upgrade to a full frame, we're gonna have a 16-35. So like this, if you have both cameras still, you could get 2 different shots basically. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I was gonna say more, but you know what I mean? This camera's pretty good if you're gonna do like client stuff. Just remember to invest into ND filters if you're getting the prime lenses, so you can shoot a manual. It's a little bit harder to shoot a manual with this thing because you only have like 2 different dials. So if you're gonna try to switch settings pretty fast, it's gonna suck. It's more like sit down videos like this that's gonna be better. It has a 3 capsule mic, which is really good audio basically. You can get a windscreen for it. You can monitor your audio. The screen is decent. I mean, I think those are the main things. The planes are trying to come out. Why? I don't know why. Like, I feel like there's been like 10 in the past like 30 minutes to an hour, which is a little bit wild. But I think those are the main things. Should you get this camera? Yes, if you have like $500 to $800. First buy it and then obviously like buy lenses for it. If you have like $1,000, you probably want to get something else. Actually, if you could swoop 2 of these for $1,000, you probably should do that. So like that, you can have a backup camera. Oh yeah, this is a good backup camera too if you guys want to do that. But yeah, $500 to $800, buy this. If you have less than that, probably get a Sony Zv-E10 if you're not going to buy lenses or anything like that. That one has a built-in ND. And yeah, if you guys have more money, buy the better stuff. I recommend the A6700 because that one just like, it's crazy good in my opinion. Good for photos, good for video and all that. If you're only going to do YouTube and not really like, if you're mostly going to do video, I guess you can upgrade to the Sony Zv-E10, which is basically a full frame of this, but I still think the A6700 is better, and that's like $1,500. So it's $500 cheaper than the Sony Zv-E10. And I mean, I don't know, it's just way better. Better for a photo, better for video. And that's about the same for video. The Sony Zv-E10 is a little bit better because it's full frame, but basically the same. Sorry, I'm rambling. Is it worth it? Yes, if you're gonna use this, if you're a beginner. Build quality isn't insane. It's like the A6100, but besides that, I think that's the main things you guys should focus on. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys purchase this in 2024? Let me know. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.